Well, I'm back, and I think it's evident that I've got some maturing to do. Check out these.
Guns. I've been working hard.
What would Winter Pool say to Summer Pool for bailing on a run at 7:30 at night? Well, it is Sunday night, and as it stands, England are leading 2-1 in the Euros. I haven't had such good fortune this week. My running plan has not succeeded. However, I'm okay with it. I'm going to tell you how this week's gone, what I did manage to do, even though I didn't manage to stick to the plan. Welcome to PKS Runs. Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Paul, and I am a sub 3 hour marathoner. I am trying to get my good for age qualifying time for the London Marathon 2025. I am leaving it until the very last minute, the 29th of September, which is literally the last day that I could possibly run a good for age qualifying time. I'm currently signed up to run at the Morecambe Marathon of all things, and I am trying to get my fitness back following an injury. But you can follow that story in other videos on the channel. Here I am just here to talk to you about my training this week, what's worked well, what hasn't so well. As I said in the introduction, this week hasn't gone to plan. The idea was that I was going to front load as many miles as I could in the earlier part of the week because I was going away this weekend, leaving just 13 miles to run over Saturday and Sunday. I haven't run on Saturday or Sunday. It's now 7:10 on Sunday evening. There is extra time going on in the England football, which I've just pulled myself away from to record this video. The plan has not worked. So let's start at the very beginning. On Monday, I got into the gym, as I do every Monday morning. Same routine as last week, so I'm not going to bore you with the details, but you can follow just up here. You can have a little look at that. And I got out for a nice dog walk, really just about resting the legs from the running, but keeping my general routine going. Tuesday was a double run day. I absolutely love double run days because you're able to get more distance, more volume, but you're able to have some recovery, so it feels like you're not doing as much work. I actually had to do a double run day because I had to drop my car off to be serviced and I had to pick it up at the end of the day, and rather than walk 45 minutes to the services, it was far easier for me to just run and run again. They didn't offer me a courtesy car. So on Tuesday morning, I did a 5.16 mile run at an average pace at 9:14, and it did feel quite slow. It felt pretty hard work. It was incredibly hot. I got home, I refueled, I had a fantastic lunch, and later on that afternoon, I got back out to pick up the car, and just out of nowhere had a bit of pace in the legs. It was almost exactly the same distance, 5.17 miles, but with an average pace of 7:31 per mile. So much faster. Looking at the laps, my fastest mile there was 7:01. My slowest mile at the start was 8:45. It felt like a faster run. My legs were feeling a little bit fresher. And that's funny, isn't it? Same day, same conditions. It was actually hotter in the afternoon. The sun was beating down, but for some reason I felt like I had more energy, I had more in me. And you know what? That's just sometimes the way it is. I would say my heart rate in comparison to the morning, it was peaking at about 164, whereas in the morning it was peaking at 140. So I was working harder for that speed. It wasn't just coming for free. So then on to Wednesday, started in the gym again. As with Monday, it's same routine as last week. Next week is test week though, so things are going to get different next week. And I would just say at this point in the video, please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're getting on with your running. It is great to engage with you. It's great to hear from you. And ultimately, it's great when people like the videos. Really does make me feel good about it. So Wednesday morning, I'm in the gym. Session is just here. And in the evening before dinner, I got out for a 9-mile run which took me an hour and a half at a pace of 9 minute 13. And oh my goodness, all I'm going to say is my legs felt dead. I had absolutely nothing in me. Now, I'm wondering if this is a bit of a trend. Wednesday has been quite a leg dominant gym session, and maybe I need to do a little bit better on the recovery, maybe eat some more carbs during the day, more protein, maybe just eat more in general. Disappointing. Tuesday felt good. I had a bad run Tuesday morning, or a slower run Tuesday morning, a faster run Tuesday evening, had a whole 24-hour kind of rest period, and yeah, I struggled. Heart rate wasn't massively high, but really felt like it was a struggle. And I struggle to understand sometimes, but it was a tough run, a slow run. Thursday was a massively uneventful running session, really. I did 7 miles at a pace of 8:45 per mile. Fastest mile was 9:07. Slowest mile was 9:07. Fastest mile was 7:54. And nothing really to report from this run. It was just meh. And that's been the story of the week, really. So on Friday, I finished work a little bit early. I like to do that on Friday if I can. I did a 9-mile run on Friday afternoon. It was incredibly windy and really quite a tough run, but actually it ended up being really good. My average pace was 7:53 and it felt pretty hard work, but I started at 8:56 per mile. Second mile was 8:20, then 8:05, then 8:03. Jumped up a little bit to 8:17. Then it went down to 7:58, 7:30, 6:58, and 6:53. So really increased that pace. I think at that point I was just thinking, it's Friday. I just want to get this done. I just want to get home and start my weekend. And yeah, had that motivation to do that, and ended up being a really, really positive run. Was listening to highlights of the Joe Biden, Donald Trump debate. Oh my goodness, what a car crash. Wish we could talk about that here, but honestly, not the time or the place. But anyway, fantastic viewing. But here we are, 9 miles done, and into the weekend, just 13 miles to go. Easy. Saturday, we had to drive up to Watford for a family barbecue, my brother-in-law's 40th birthday. The plan was that I would get up and I would run 5 or 6 miles Saturday morning and would do another 7 or 8 miles today to top off the miles and finish off the week, get to 50. Yesterday morning, I slept in and obviously really needed it, and I felt okay about it. I was like, it's fine. I don't feel too stressed about it. I'll take my running shoes and I will run this morning, Sunday morning. And this is one of the things that I've been really trying to work on, is like when the plan changes, being okay with the plan changing and not freaking out because I've missed my miles, or not freaking out because I didn't do my steps target. As it happens, in the end yesterday, I did 4,000 steps. So a really lazy day. 3 hours in the car, loads of time just sitting around, chatting, eating. I'm not drinking at the moment, so wasn't drinking, wasn't eating any cake. So, it wasn't like I was blowing out big time and eating and feasting loads. I was just having a normal sort of eating day. But yeah, I didn't get those miles in. So then I had in my mind, okay, well that's all right. I can get up this morning and run. And again, the change of routine honestly just screwed me over. I slept until 9:30 and I didn't get my run in this morning. And I thought, okay, well that's fine. I just need to do 13 miles when I get home. And then it took us like 4.5, maybe even 5 hours to get home. Traffic was absolutely awful. And then I thought, right, okay, I want to record this video because I want to be honest about the fact that I didn't manage to get the miles done. Yeah, I just wanted to, it just doesn't go to plan every week, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, so according to my watch, I've done 36.8 miles this week. I wanted to do 50. It's 7:31 p.m. I've not heard any more cheers. I'm assuming that the score is still England 2, Slovakia 1. And all I can think actually is that I've still got time to go for a run. Kind of doing a little bit of live processing here because I want to be okay about it. I want to be okay about not running these miles, but yeah, I'm not. Fuck it, I'm going out for a run. I'll be back.
A few minutes later.
Well, I'm back, and I think it's evident that I've got some maturing to do. I just couldn't let it go. I didn't want to get to the end of Sunday and not hit my 50 miles. And so I've just come in from 14.08 miles, meaning my total miles for the week was 50.8. And honestly, that was a weird run. Started out sort of mid-pace, 7:44, then 7:06, 7:01. Fastest mile was mile 4, 6:57, then 7:03, and then had this like weird cramp in my calf, my right calf. And I remember actually that I had this cramp on Thursday or Friday, and what I really needed to do is get the massage gun into it and just kind of really work through it, and honestly I completely forgot. So it was weird. So for like 3 or 4 miles I had to change my running foot strike from midsole, which is my kind of usual foot pattern, to kind of like a heel strike. That seemed to be the only way to prevent the cramp. And what was going on, it was like a cramp, but it would almost be like a dead leg. So I'd like almost like lose complete power. So had 4 miles where it was like 7:50, 7:57, 8, 7:51. Actually, during those miles, interestingly, Laura called me and we chatted on the phone through those miles. That was actually really nice. Those miles just kind of passed. The cramp seemed to go. Then for mile 10, 11 and 12, I ran 7 minutes, 7:17, 7:12, 7:10, 7:12. So really nice, consistent pace. So all in all, hour and 44, average pace 7:24. Another half marathon done, and the end of week 2's training. And I do feel good. I feel good that I got out and I got it done. The question I ask myself is, what would winter Paul say to summer Paul for bailing on a run at 7:30 at night? You know, in the winter I was out running in the pissing rain at 7:30 in the evening, in the cold, in the dark, and I was getting it done. And to not go out at 7:30 on a warm summer's evening when the sun is still shining is just ludicrous. So I'm glad I got out there. I'm glad I got it done. Tomorrow is a new week. It's test week at the gym, which means that we will be doing a series of exercises across the week that we do every 3 months, and it's about finding how much we can lift, how many push-ups we can do, how many chin-ups. It's not about ego, it's about understanding progress. It's about understanding how we have gained strength over the past 3 months. So I'm super excited about that. Find out what my max reps are. I'll be honest, check out these guns. I've been working hard, so I feel like I deserve a really good win. Goal for next week, running 55 miles. That's the goal. Going to be checking in on my progress, looking at the stats, but I'm making great progress. I'm feeling good. Second 50-mile week, 100 miles over 2 weeks, so it's really good. I want to get a long run in over next week. Next weekend we're away again, so it just makes it harder. The following week we're going to Rome, so I've just got to kind of like, doesn't matter. This is the thing, you know, I don't have the routine, I don't have the structure, so just gonna roll with it. Signed up for another race as well, another half marathon, so I'll tell you about that next week. We're at the end of the video. I'm sorry, I am an absolute sweaty mess. I've still got my running shoes on. I come straight in to record this video. I need to go up to the house, have a cup of tea with Laura and the girls. Please do like and subscribe. I love recording these videos, love showing my progress. Find me on Instagram and on Strava, and I will see you in the next video. This is PKS Runs.